Hi everyone, just getting in here. Give me 1 second to get the screen set up and for people to get in the chat. Let's see what we can answer today for everybody. If you have been following the case for a while or you're a local, tonight might be a little bit boring because I'm really just going to answer questions and go over the chat questions for everyone and give like a brief overview of the case so far. 1 second. Let's see. Hello in the bush. How are you? Let me see how I can get my screen. Okay, it says, hi from PA. Is this abusive family really being considered for the baby? Yes, Lily Rose. The baby is being put up for adoption. They are going to court on the 16th of November to see if they are able to get the baby. Hi, Gabby. We would think that, your natural reaction would be to think that this isn't going to happen because of the fact that they are, obviously, they lost a child. We have no idea where Ariel is. However, as of right now, they are still being considered for the adoption. Sorry, my screen is going crazy right now. I know you guys can't see it on your end, but I'm trying to pull up a picture. Hi, Citizen Rick. Give me 1 second. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know what is going on with Streamlabs. We've been informed unless we can deem that CWS failed our girls, then they have the legal rights to the girls. Yeah, because the adoption was finalized. Elena is one of the aunts, Lily, if you didn't know that. I know that there is like 200 plus new members in the last 2 days. We've seen like a huge increase in the group, and that's why I wanted to come on and answer questions for anyone who may have them that has not been here for very long. I know that there's a lot of new people. Yeah, so they have to be deemed negligent in the placement. So, and that's what we're trying to get the lawyer for, is to prove that CWS was negligent. Between Isaac's background check and Lehua has oh my goodness. She has bankruptcy in her background as well now. So yes, 200 plus more members. Yeah, we're over 1,700 right now, which is amazing because just 2 days ago we were at 1,500. So we had a huge jump again. A lot of the posts are getting shared into these missing person groups and people are starting to respond and starting to come in. It's been phenomenal. Huge amounts of growth. Here we go. I finally got my computer to work. So let me pull up Isaac's background check for those of you who haven't seen it yet, because I know that there are some people who haven't. Isaac goes by Sunny as well. Oh, this is super blurry on here. No, even though it was a clear shot, it's still blurry. I will post it to the group because it's not going to show well on here. Yeah, so there's been so many different things that are just crazy going on. Isaac works at the Pearl Harbor Naval Shipyard, which is federal, and he has 4 felonies in his background. Citizen Rick, will the lawyer take the case pro bono? If not, what funds are needed to cover legal fees? So we currently have a GoFundMe, Citizen Rick. It is in the description of this video. So far, the lawyer is recommending that they get a $15,000 retainer. We are at about $2,140 right now, the last time I checked. So that's something that they are definitely in need of funds for. This family is not a rich family. Just to give a brief overview as to why the children were in the Kalua's custody to begin with. Their biological family, their biological parents, Mel and Adam, do have drug issues. They are working on it. They're trying to get into recovery programs, etc. Whenever they lost custody of the children, it was because they lost their home. And at first, the children went to the grandmother's house. However, the grandmother, Barb, her significant other, was in a horrible accident. And whenever that happened, the CWS associate determined that they were no longer physically capable to take care of the children and removed them from her care as well. And that is whenever they got placed with the Kaluas. Now, a lot of the aunts don't live right in the area or already have children of their own, smaller houses, different things that they couldn't take care of the kids. There is one whole half of the family on the father's side that had no idea that the children even went up for placement until after it was already said and done. And at that point, you have 60 to 90 days, I can't remember which one it is, to dispute the placement. And then after that, you really don't have a say in it. So they missed that 60 to 90 day period, and they believed that the children would probably be better off and that maybe it would be in the best interest of them. They seemed to be happy and healthy whenever they first got placed in their care. However, over time, we've seen a dramatic decline in Ariel's health and in her presentation. Melanie, the biological mom, during the visits while she was in foster care still at the Kalua's house, began to report abuse to the CWS agents. We also have a school teacher who has come out, a preschool teacher who has come out and said that she also reported abuse to CWS while they were still in foster care. The more that these abuse incidents got reported, the less that they allowed Melanie to see the girls. And eventually, they took her rights away completely and basically forced the adoption to happen. So the reasoning that I personally think this is, the caseworker is actually close friends with the Kalua family. She is friends with the uncle's girlfriend and the foster mom. Yeah, CWS failed on all levels. They get a kickback for every child that they adopt out of care. And they also have quotas that they have to meet each quarter about how many children that they adopt out. And I really think that this was the agent's way to meet her quota for the month, basically, and get the kickback. Yes, Lily Rose, it screams corruption. Screams it. This whole case is dirty. And the worst part about it is there is a investigation into the police department itself going on right now, not related to this case, but other cases. And it just makes you question their ability to take care of this and to investigate in a proper way, considering the fact that they're currently being investigated for corruption. CWS failed big time. Conflict of interest. Absolutely. Huge conflict of interest. Huge. They should have never, ever been able to have her in their care. I mean, his background check, he literally has 4 felonies. Like, in what world do you ever hear of felons? And they're not like felonies for, I don't know, like it's not like money laundering or something like that. His felonies are all assault and terroristic threats. So it's like violent felonies, and we put babies in his care. It's crazy to me. And then there's also like drug issues on the adoptive family's side of things as well, which makes it that much worse because we removed these children from a home because of drug use and put them in a home with drug use and felons. Nancy Schaefer, Georgia senator, tried to expose CPS corruption. Yeah, CPS has a horrible case record right now. Like they do more harm than good sometimes. And like there are good workers out there. I'm not going to say that they're all bad, but it seems like more often than not you hear about these like cash for kids situations. There's been so many foster kids that go missing, and that's kind of what I've been trying to look at on my channel is like kids that have been in the system and where they go. Like they just up and disappear. It's crazy. And then there's no pictures of them. There's no anything. Funny how the Kalua's family lawyer hasn't been out to say anything since that first week. Yeah, so it's been completely silent. We've seen in multiple newspaper articles that the family is not cooperating and that they have acquaintances that are also not cooperating. And then the lawyer comes out the following day and says, well, no, they're cooperating. But it's like, who do you believe? The police saying that they're not cooperating or the family lawyer saying that they are? Obviously, you're going to believe the police, right? Let me pull up. Sorry, I know that looks trippy. Just want to pull up her missing person flyer for you guys. She does have an $11,000 reward. Thank you to the anonymous donor who put that reward out for us. I'm going to have to do that different. Hold on one second. Unacceptable. Any violent crimes committed even 20 years ago should have never been in the hands of these felons. Yeah. Look at the convicted murderer that CWS here in Hawaii hired. That works alongside with victims and children. They have come from domestic violence. Yeah, so it's crazy. Like there's been several news articles lately that have come out about these horrible things going on in Hawaii. There's so much corruption. And just to give people a outlook of the island, let me pull up Google Earth real quick because a lot of people don't realize where we are talking about. So I want to show people exactly the area. 1 second here. Before Ariel went missing, there was a case that came out where the caseworker did get threatened for speaking out about children being in harm and the chief of police retaliate. I have to find it. Yes, Sharice, please find that and post it in the group. We know that the caseworker, this Miley Tilly, she has actually commented on the YouTube videos now, and there has been a CWS supervisor who has also commented in the Facebook groups. And it's just crazy to me that they felt like that was going to be okay and acceptable to do. Obviously that was reported, but it's mind blowing that they're so comfortable in their corruption that they think it's okay. And she's actually been investigated before for, not giving biological family the opportunity to adopt. She just doesn't do her job. She just places the children where she wants to, essentially, which should never be a situation. Sorry, Google Earth is taking forever to load. I am still like, I still have like COVID hangover, basically. Like I'm still struggling to get over everything. So that's why I'm like kind of clearing my throat a lot and stuff. Okay, so whenever we look at this island, this is the island of Oahu. And this is where this is all taking place. This entire island is 40 miles long. So whenever you look at the corruption that we're talking about and like the different things in the area, it's because this island is so small that literally everybody knows everybody, everybody's related, everybody is involved, and like people who have been in their positions have been in their positions for a long time. And so it just adds to the level of corruption whenever you have what you would refer to as the good old boys club. Like, look, this is 37.01 miles long. I literally have to drive further than that to get to the closest Target where I'm from. So, like, just to give everybody an idea of the area that we're looking at. And then this is the triangle of events that happened in this little triangle. I will show those of you who are new. This is Isabella's house right here. Let me take it down to street view. So this here is the home that she is said to have went missing from. They are claiming that she walked away from the house. They do have a camera on their home. It was said to have malfunctioned on the day of her disappearance. So they don't have it on video. They have a door alarm that went off around 1:30 a.m. that they are saying it was her leaving. However, we are hearing that there were adult males outside of the home along that time frame that were related to the Kaluas. Now, I haven't gotten specific confirmation as to who those adult males were. It has been hinted to me that it was the adoptive grandfather and one of the adoptive uncles. However, it has never been confirmed. There are cameras in this direct area at the neighbors' homes. And keep in mind, this video here from Google Earth is older. This is not current. There is fencing all around the Kalua's home now. In order for Ariel to leave, she would have had to walk out the driveway and down the road or climbed the fence. And the fence is between 4 and 8 feet high, depending on which side of the house you are on. Now, if you look at the yards surrounding where Ariel went missing, the yards going through are also fenced. So she didn't leave walking through yards. She would have had to stick to the main roadway and to the sidewalks, essentially, because everybody has fencing around this area. This right here is a business. And then there's also a 7-Eleven and multiple churches on this strip right here, and then a 7-Eleven on the corner. So no matter which direction she would have went, there would have been cameras surrounding her disappearance. She would have been seen walking away from the home, which is what they are alleging she did. There was a photo album found at the dump at this area, and it's approximately I want to say it was 1.3 miles from her home. This dump, the adoptive uncle worked at for several years, and which means that he knows the schedule. The way that their trash system works there is like the recyclables such as cans, etc., get crushed. Everything else gets incinerated and then sent to the other side of the island on a schedule. Dumpster divers went in and found this photo album, and the people who found it are alleging that they found it the week prior to her disappearance, which raises questions as to why they would have thrown away her photo album the week before her disappearance. Whenever the police were searching this area and they showed her photo, asking the homeless people that lived in the area about her, the homeless person actually got extremely nervous and almost got really worried because they knew that they had this photo album in their possession. And so they immediately turned it over. The FBI and HPD did thoroughly question that individual, and they were cleared. They were not involved in the disappearance. The other area of interest that we have marked is where the toys were found. This is down here by the bellows. And this is like a military campground slash a base, it's like a private type of area. So not just anybody can really go here. It's kind of like a public, well, not public, but where the military people can go to go to the beach and different stuff like that, from what I'm understanding. It's on base. So whenever you look though, it is a pretty popular spot as far as where people go to hang out and stuff like that. Now the news report said it was near a canal in this area, but it was in this general area where they found this bag of toys. Now, reports had said backpack. I have heard that both a backpack and a garbage bag have been found. However, I have only seen the garbage bag. I have never seen confirmation of a backpack. Let me show you guys what the garbage bag looked like, because I know I have that picture somewhere. So this is what the bag of toys that they were claiming belongs to Ariel looked like, as well as these slippers here. In my opinion, I think it would be hard to determine that those were distinctly hers if they didn't have touch DNA or something of that effect on these toys, because they look just kind of like run-of-the-mill everyday toys. So unless there was something really personal to her in this bag, I would have a hard time believing that they could be hers 100% without evidence, obviously. Now, notice it says photo album and other items found. The photo album was not found in the same location, and that's where a lot of people get confused because of the way that it was reported. So that's just kind of the area. And again, that's, I want to say it was about 2 miles from her home for that. And then in the beginning, there was also a video that came out of a girl walking around, I think it was around 1 a.m. And police have come out publicly and said that they don't believe that video was her. However, there is still a lot of speculation that it could have been her because her adoptive uncles and adoptive family live in this direct area. And it's the same uncle whose car may have been spotted near her home later that evening. So that has raised a lot of speculation. For anybody who's newer too, a lot of people are very intimidated by this family. They are not people that anybody really wants to get on their bad side. There's a lot of people who are very scared to speak up because of the way that this family is. There are rumors that they are involved with somebody named Michael Minsk. And let me just pull up the articles about him, because he is not a good guy. So there are rumors that the Kalua family is tied in with this guy. I cannot say for sure that they are true. However, there is rumors that there are ties between the two of them. He is currently under arrest. He is going to trial right now. He just recently pled not guilty. He's been charged with 17 offenses, 4 of which are capital crimes. His 17 offenses include drug trafficking, weapons, armed robbery, kidnapping, murder for hire. And he is also tied in with several high up people in this community. There was a total of, I believe, 10 people who were arrested around the same time. They essentially took down this whole crime syndicate at once. So I have heard that the connection between them is they used to be like known associates, and that they had worked for him. Like one of the family members had worked for him at one point in time. There have been other rumors that the lawyer was connected to them. However, I don't know if that's true. I did find pictures of the lawyer that he uses, and it's not the same guy. So as far as I know, the connections are alleged to be the work history, which I can't obviously prove that. This is all just the allegations that are out there, basically. So just to show you guys who the family is, I'm going to go ahead and pull up their pictures too, because like I said, I know there is a lot of people who are newer to this case. So this is the family. This little boy is not, he is one of their cousins. He's not biologically related to them. This is the older sister, and then the 2 younger sisters and Ariel. This picture was taken on the day that their adoption was finalized, or at a party shortly after, rather. This is Lehua, and this is Isaac Sonny Kalua. People call him Sonny. So some of the brothers to Lehua. This is Nedrick. This is Kalani. This is another picture of Nedrick. Yeah, Lehua's sister, Teresa's son. Yeah. Okay. Hold on. I know that I have. This is Thomas. This is the adoptive grandfather whenever people refer to him. He is Lehua's stepfather. He's not her biological father. And I believe I have one of Crystal, but I'm not sure. Just another picture of Nedrick. And I have a whole video on Nedrick and the ties to Nedrick that this case could have if you're interested in watching it. Yeah, Lily Rose. So these people, okay, I kind of have said in the past in the group, you know, even if this is stuff they're posting on their social media, like, even if these children do not go back to Lehua and Sonny for some reason, the fact that these individuals will be able to adopt these children potentially is terrifying to me. And some people have asked why the older sister has not yet spoke out. Now, let me tell you, I have heard that whenever she was first questioned, Nedrick was who sat in on it with her. So, as her adult that was sitting with her, I would think that that would be very intimidating if something was happening to you in this care and the trusted individual that's supposed to watch out for your well-being in the questioning situation is somebody this intimidating looking. Now, I'm not saying that he is like a horrible guy because of his appearance. I'm just saying that I myself would be intimidated, I think. As a young child, my sister just went missing, and then this is the person who was sat in the interview room with me while I'm answering questions. Yeah, she's terrified. That's exactly what I have heard. I have heard that she is completely terrified. Their first interview, she did not speak at all. Like, I heard that she was completely silent. She didn't want to talk. She denied even knowing that there was a camera on the house. It wasn't until the second interview that she confirmed that there was in fact a camera, and that's all they basically can get from her. It's been said that her stepdad Thomas used to own a pidgery. I have no idea what a pidgery is. Thank you. I love the research and time that you put in to get all this information. This is also important for people to know and for it to be out in the public. You do a better job than HPD. I don't know if I do a better job than the police. However, I have stated that they need to start giving internet sleuths more information, because I really feel like that we could make a difference and help solve these crimes if they gave us more information. So this is another one of her brothers. They call him Oni. From what I understand, he is currently homeless and living on the other side of the island. Now, I haven't gotten like complete confirmation of that. However, from what I understand, he's not really around right now. And then there is one more brother. His name is Ryan, and he is staying in the home. Let me try to find the picture of him. I have so many pictures saved from this case. Oops. Let me go into here because I think I posted it in here. The picture of Ryan in comparison to his brothers is kind of funny, because the one that I was sent, he's like holding a teddy bear. And so it makes it, he looks very mellow compared to his brothers. Sorry. Okay, I might not have it right this second. Let me switch screens and then I will pull it up. HPD has done nothing. The system we have here in Hawaii is a pig farm. Oh no, that's not good. A pig farm is never good. Do you have pictures of any of the vehicles that they drive around in? So I know that there are pictures of their vehicles out there. I do not have them saved on my desktop here, but I know I can get them and post them in the group for sure. So I don't know to say that HPD has done nothing. I have heard that they have interviewed quite a few people, and I'm honestly at the stage in the game where I'm just waiting for the case to break right now. I think they're very close. I think that they may not necessarily know exactly where she is, but I think they are starting to zero in on who is responsible based off of things that I have been told. Let me get that other picture pulled up for you guys. Hold on one second. I have to go into my messages real quick, and I don't want to like reveal who people are that send me messages, because a lot of people really want to keep their name private. And I understand, you know, looking at these individuals, if you were the person who was sending information to the YouTuber, would you really want your name out there? Do you know what I mean? So I respect people's wish to have their identities protected as much as possible. Hi, Justice for Ariel. Let me get that picture for you guys of Ryan, because that one's important, because he actually lives with them. And then he is the individual also who worked at the dump. And then Nedrick works at Kappa's quarry, I have heard. And Kalani works at the Boots and Kimono restaurant. And that's why the one protest we were trying to plan for the Boots and Kimono restaurant. However, it did not really go very well. Not too many people showed up. And while we're talking about rallies, I really want to encourage everyone to come out to the rally outside of the courthouse on the 16th. That one is very important. That one is about stopping the adoption. And so we need as many people as possible to come out and join at that one. We want to make sure that this judge doesn't have a doubt in his or her mind that this adoption should not take place of the younger sister. And I'm going to show you guys some pictures of Ariel before she was in care and like during care towards the beginning. And then pictures of her leading up through. For those of you who haven't seen them yet, you can visually see her decline, and it's honestly really upsetting. Sorry, my daughter just woke up. I don't know if you guys can hear her crying in the background. I'm sorry if you can. It's because my husband hates that I do these live streams at night, but you guys are like 6 hours behind me, so it's kind of hard to do it at a time of day that people in Hawaii can come and listen to, that is before bedtime here. And honestly, before bedtime here, I'm not so sure that my children would be cooperating anyways, because I feel like they would just come and talk instead of not coming to talk. So I'm not sure how well that would go over. Okay. Let me pull these pictures up real quick. I just sent them. So, interesting fact about Sonny is he is actually an ordained minister now. He is, I don't know. It's just odd because I can't picture going to a church with a pastor that like has assault charges in his background and stuff. And I know that everybody changes and different things like that, but it's just interesting to me. Okay, let me pull these up. Sorry for the delay. How are they able to still have the adoption while this family is under investigation? So the CWS is not who removed the children from the custody. They are the lawyer, and CWS is actually fighting to get the other 3 children back in the custody of the Kaluas. It was HPD who pulled the children from custody. And HPD is who isn't letting the children go back into their custody. And it's because they have not ruled out foul play. And so if there's been any questions in your mind as to whether or not they are suspects in this case, I think just the custody of the children at this point would kind of answer that question for you. Because HPD has to have a very good reason to not let you have your kids. For what church? I'm not entirely sure. Somebody had posted it in the group. I can't remember. If you go into Facebook and type in Isaac Kalua on Facebook and just look at the pictures, you can see all the different pictures of Sunny and Lehua at their church and the church that they're associated with, etc. It's all still public through that church. I just can't remember what name it is. Okay, so let me pull up these pictures. Oops. See, so these are pictures of them at their church. And I kind of cut it so that you can't really see who the people are in the background. And this is like a family photo of them. This in the back corner here is Ariel whenever they first got her. She had long, beautiful hair. Just because there have been people who have questioned whether or not she ever actually had long hair. That's a really early picture. That's from March of 2019. Okay, and then this is Ryan. This is the one I was telling you guys about. It's kind of funny looking at him in comparison to his brothers because he looks nowhere near as intimidating as the other ones do. However, he is the one who lives in the home with them and worked at the dump. New Horizon Ministries. Thank you, Kanoi. I could not remember. Sunny's father was the pastor for Greater Mount Zion in Halua before he passed away. Yes, everyone bring at least 5 people to the rally. I mean, and come. We need Ariel's Army. Everybody is all about being Ariel's Army. And we need you guys to show it. Like this event on the 16th is the most important event that we are going to have. Most important, because this is about the other children and their lives. We cannot let this baby get adopted, and we need to do everything in our power to get this adoption overturned. And I know this family is working like around the clock to try to acquire lawyers and to try to get everything flipped around. And, you know, they're being told that it's impossible for multiple different reasons, but they're not going to stop. They're going to try everything they can to make this happen. And there have been rumors and disagreements and fighting and different things like that. But I want to let you know, this family is standing strong together despite what people think. Outward appearances make it look like things are not okay, but I'm going to tell you that the end is they want this baby home safe. They want her sisters all safe, and they are standing together to make sure that that happens. You know, they're getting stressed out between everything going on. There's a lot of hurt feelings and stress that comes with a missing child. And so we just need to be strong for them and strong behind them. Yes, we're not going to stop. We're not going to let this slow down, and they're not going to give up. You know, whatever they have to do, they're going to do it. I don't know if anybody can grab the GoFundMe link and drop it in the chat, but that's what we need. We need support from Ariel's Army to show up at these rallies, and we need support with this GoFundMe to help fund this lawyer, because they can't do this on their own. You know, they're working extra jobs, trying to sell items, trying to do whatever they can to try to make this happen. And, you know, it's hard. It's definitely hard. Let me pull up the pictures of Ariel. Sorry, I said I was going to do that and then I didn't. Okay. Let me pull up the slideshow. It'd probably be easier. Yes, never stopping. We need everybody to just keep rallying and keep staying strong, because, you know, we can make this happen. We can make impossible things possible. We just have to do it together. We need everybody to stay strong together. We can't let the confusion separate us. We can't do it, you know. And there was arguing going on in one of the groups today, and my response was simply this: you know, Ariel's still missing. And every time they were like, oh, well, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, hey, this is Ariel. Remember her? She's still missing. Like, we can't do it. We can't have the bickering. We can't have any of it. It doesn't matter. Whatever you think matters right now, it doesn't. None of it matters. Absolutely none of it matters. What matters is these 3 siblings who, even if Sunny and Lehua get arrested tomorrow, will be offered to the other monsters in that family for custody before this biological family. That matters. That's terrifying. You know, and even if they never get these children back, they could go to their family first. And even if Ariel is never found, we got to make sure the other 3 are safe. Have to. So I'm just going to pull up a couple pictures just to show kind of like the path that we were on as far as her well-being. You kind of see literally a decline happen over the year or 2 that she is with them. Not a year or 2. She was with them for like 4 years, but almost 4 years. But I just mean like over a year or 2, you see it like really get bad. Our Ohana wants Ariel and her sister safe. We all have the same goal. We need to stay focused. Yes, exactly. Everyone stay focused. And you know, no matter what's going on, just ignore it. It doesn't matter. You know, people are going to talk every case. I don't know what it is about true crime cases. I think it's just the emotions and the passion that people have. Everybody wants to care about these babies, but nobody will ever care more than her family does. And like their end goal is all the same. As far as I know, they're all united in this. So we need everybody that like is trying to cause division or trying to start arguments in the groups, you know, tone it down, because we don't need it. We need Ariel. We need her sisters. This family needs Ariel and needs her sisters. Okay. So this is Ariel, you know, while she was still in her Ohana's custody. Her and her family. Oops. Woo. And then we see her, like, her hair gets butchered off, and that was supposedly because of a goo incident. They had made the older sister cut her hair because, as far as CPS custody goes, they have no rights to cut hair until they are adopted. Sorry, trying to put the GoFundMe link. Okay, let me pull it up because it might not let you because of the fact that I don't have you as a wrench. Let me grab it and I will post it in there. So you see her, like, she loses a lot of weight. She gets a lot skinnier. It's important to note that these neighbors never seen these children outside. So it's not like she was going outside playing. She just lost a lot of weight. And then you see her, like, start to get more and more sickly looking as time goes on. So the date and time for the adoption hearing. Yes, let me pull that up. Sorry. So they are asking everyone to come out This is called Pack the Court Seller Sibling. Come to support Ariel's army. Let's stand in solidarity to stop the Kaluas from adopting Ariel's siblings. We are calling the community to stand with Ariel's army as we demand the dismissal of the petition granting the Kaluas custody to Ariel's little sister. It's time to respond in power. Get creative, make posters that represent Ariel's army. Bring them with you on Tuesday, November 16th at 8:30 is when they're meeting outside of the Kapolei Courthouse. And there's the address here. And this, again, it will be posted in the groups, all the groups. I'm in all the groups. I've been posting the information that they let me post to all the groups, because I don't care which group you're in. It doesn't matter to me. Just as long as people show up. We just want Ariel's army to keep growing and keep getting stronger. So this is the information here. Okay. Not sure that worked. Rally being held in front of the courthouse from 8:30 to 10:30. That's awesome. You're even going to bring your baby out. That's awesome, Christina. We appreciate that. Like, your efforts to come and help support her army. Let me get you guys the GoFundMe link. It is in the description of this video as well, but let me drop it here. I do know that Taryn is working on a new petition, and the new petition is going to be about, this last one was about stopping the adoption. The new petition is going to be about overturning the adoption of the 3 siblings, or the other 2 siblings that were adopted. Is it an open hearing? Can I go into the courtroom? So probably not. Usually family court hearings are not open hearings. They usually are like gag ordered cases. And I know that there is a gag order on this case, even though the caseworker was posting on social media. Has anybody in here not seen those comments? Here is the GoFundMe link. Has everybody seen the social worker comments? I always forget that there's like a 30-second delay between the chat and the live stream. Yeah, we will ask for all 3 to be overturned, including Ariel. Yes, that's true. It is 3, including Ariel. Yeah, and, we just need to, keep rallying and keep standing behind this family. So now Ariel's birthday is this Saturday. And what the family is asking is, we're going to light it up purple. I want to see purple lights on the houses, purple balloons getting sent out. For those of you who don't live in the area, let's do a purple balloon release for Ariel so that we can, send out good vibes, prayers for her. And just acknowledge that she is, in our thoughts and prayers on her birthday. For those of you who live local, we are going to try to line the fence with purple outside of the Kalua's house on Puha Street. So please go up during the day. There's no set time for this event. It's just Saturday, and line the fence with purple. Okay. Let me pull up the comments. They have their own folder. That's how many comments there were. They have their own separate folder. Yeah, she is still, the caseworker is still working on the girl's case. Oops. Oh. Okay, so the initial comment from the CWS supervisor, He says, here's a question. What did the parents do or not do that resulted in her being placed in foster care in the first place? So this is considered gaslighting. You cannot do that. You know, he can't insinuate that her parents were at fault for any reason for her disappearance. So that was a big deal. Once he got called out, he did delete all of his comments and he left the group. I'm not sure if he left on his own accord or if he was kicked out. It wasn't my group that he made these comments in. However, shortly after he seen that I made a YouTube video, he began to panic and deleting stuff. These are all posted in the group as well. But he was basically going through and saying the different information from the CWS handbook to people in the comments, saying that grandparents have no legal rights, they're not required to place the children with family, etc., etc. Meanwhile, CWS's main goal is to place with the family, as far as I've always known. Basically, I responded with, is it common for CWS associates to comment on YouTube videos and Facebook groups about an open case investigations? Because you are the second CWS worker we are seeing do that in a case. So these are just, like I said, the different comments. I do have them all posted in the group as well. I can tag individuals or just repost them back up to the top for anybody who wants to look at them closer. I'm not going to read every single one of Sean's because he is extremely long-winded. Like, this man just was typing and typing and typing. And it was mind-blowing to me that he felt so comfortable to come out in this case and just start responding to people about the CWS criticism going on. He says to somebody, CWS is hiring. Since you know better than them how to do the job, you should go work there and show them how it's done. I said, is this the way CWS handles its media affairs, sending employees to comment on Facebook and YouTube posts? Because up until this point, CWS was basically saying no comment to everyone. And this is just, I Google searched it and it said he is a unit supervisor of West Hawaii Child Welfare Services. And then once I called him out, he started to get pretty irritated, saying that all he did was state legal facts. I pointed out to him this case has a gag order. And he didn't just state legal facts, because he unfortunately started out his comments by gaslighting the family, by insinuating about why the children were removed. And the children were removed because their parents were drug addicts. And they had financial problems because of their drug use and lost their home. And that's what it comes down to. These children were never physically hurt by their parents. Their parents loved them. So those are all Sean's comments. Now let me give you... So then her caseworker came out and said on Casey Hudson's YouTube video, you have a lot of good facts, but you don't have all the facts. Do a video asking those close to her to say something. Someone really close to her, ... like a sibling. And this just, it made me immediately angry. Because why would you tell somebody to go question the 12-year-old child that is probably traumatized, number one, because of where she has her place currently, which I can't reveal, but number two, because her sister is missing. She's separated. Miley separated them all whenever she put them in new placement. So all the siblings are separated currently. And so she's just got trauma after trauma after trauma. And you're insinuating that people, YouTubers, should go question her. Like, no. Like, it made me so angry. So then she comments another thing. is to speculate about the Child Welfare Service involvement in the case. You claim to have a lot of information. However, you really did not do your homework in Hawaii child laws. Do yourself a favor, stop generalizing the agency's involvement. Most people don't realize or are not educated enough to realize that the system is complex and that there are a lot of people making very important decisions in the matter. This is a hard job that takes heart work. Remember that. Do your homework on my comments and to see who I really am. So she wasn't even trying to hide herself. She wanted people to dig and find out that she was the caseworker. And so the whole situation was just very frustrating. Yes, she's still their worker, Kanoi. She shouldn't be working on their case. No, she should be immediately removed. I don't care what Mel and Adam done. Yeah, she was not in their care. What they were doing 4 years ago has zero relevance to what they are doing, to what happened to her. Absolutely no relevance. And that's why I will not tolerate it in the group. You know, their background, what they're doing, their history, it has nothing to do with Ariel's disappearance. Nothing. These kids went into the system. They should have been able to go into the system and be put in a home that was going to take care of them, not be put in a dangerous environment with somebody with 4 felonies in their history. He does a better job at typing than he does his actual job. You ain't even kidding. Like, he just talks and talks and talks. I couldn't believe my eyes when I saw her comments. Then I had nightmares when the supervisor started commenting elsewhere. I felt immediately like they were playing God and they feel they are untouchable. Yes, Christina, that's what I'm saying. Like, this case has so much corruption. Like, they don't even care. They don't even care that they are openly coming out and exposing themselves. And like I said, this island, less than 40 miles wide. This family, they're all related one way or another. Or, you know, it's their cousin that's in charge of this, or their uncle, or their brother's sister's husband, or whatever, you know. Everybody is tied to each other. And, you know, you don't want to upset your family member by doing whatever. We don't need to be educated to know that the state of Hawaii placed our Ariel in the hands of violent hands. Yes. And there has been rumors about multiple things. I have had rumors of somebody seeing Sunny choke the older sister at one point. I have seen rumors of reasons that these bruises and stuff are on Ariel. I have seen all kinds of things, and it's all upsetting. None of it's good. And so that's just kind of like a brief overview for those of you who are new of the things that have come out and what has gone on for those of you who don't know. Is there any other questions in the group that I might not have touched on? Now, there was, after I posted the video about Nedrick with the drugs and showing the different pictures, his girlfriend came out and she started going, like, spinning out of control. That's pretty much the only other thing that I didn't touch on in this video so far. She was spinning out of control on social media, saying all kinds of crazy things. She has since calmed down. I think she got reported to CWS because in one of her videos, she said something like, I punch my kids in the face for lying to me. And in the meantime, her children were in the background, standing up in the backseat of her car while she was driving down the road, not strapped in. And I'm pretty sure that got reported to CWS, and since then, she has deleted that video and many of the others. What do you mean by the group? Lily Ruse, there is a Facebook group called Where is IsabellaKalua /ArielSellers, and that's what I'm talking about whenever I say the group. There is a link to that in the description. You can also follow me on Instagram if you don't do Facebook. Now, I will warn you, I did not get an Instagram until like 2 weeks ago, and I am terrible at using it, but I'm trying. I am trying. When HPD made the decisions to take the siblings out of the home, they should have immediately been given a different caseworker. Yeah, and Ned's ex, Crystal, is now married to his brother, Kalani. That is the other thing that I didn't cover, that's for sure. Crystal was married to Ned, had 2 children, and is now married to Kalani, his brother, and is pregnant with his child. Which is just a hilarious situation because they're going to be brothers and cousins at the same time, these kids. It's like West Virginia, except for Hawaii style. Okay, does anyone have any other questions? Because if not, I do Facebook sometimes. I don't have Instagram. Yeah, so there is the Facebook group. If you don't want to come to the Facebook group, all of the information that I've went through today, there is multiple videos. A lot of them are between 10 and 15 minutes long. I tried to make the information videos shorter because I know that people don't have all day to watch them. So they are on my page here that you can look back through. There are also live streams with the family where you can hear from the aunts themselves and from the grandmother. And they're all on this page. The problem is I don't have 1,000 followers yet. Once I get to 1,000 followers on YouTube, I have a community wall and I'll be able to make posts on YouTube, but we're not there yet. So until that point, I have to utilize, I have Facebook, I have Twitter, Instagram, MeWe, if you don't use any of those, that I post all the same information in. And I try to make sure it's shareable outside of the group. I have like a Sleuth Mom page that you can follow as well. So, and like my goal here is to get Ariel's case out there. Whenever I first started following, this group, the Facebook group, had less than 40 individuals in it. The news media was doing very little news coverage on her story. HPD had discontinued the search, and basically you could feel people losing hope. And so my goal, I set out to try to spread her name and to use these platforms kind of similar to how Gabby Petito did. I'm working on getting a TikTok going. I just haven't figured it out quite yet. But hopefully we can bring as much awareness to this as we can. With the corruption in this case, we need as many outside eyes as we can on it. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to stop covering this story. You know, and I have been reaching out to so many different larger channels because I am not naive enough to think that I am big enough to make this go viral. I know that we need other creators in this, and I really just keep reaching out and keep trying to spread the information because we need other people in on this. We need people to see her, to see that she is missing, and to spread the word. So please, guys, like, keep sharing the videos, keep sharing the page. Like I said, I don't care if you watch my video or Casey's video or I don't even know how to say her name, or Miss Savage's videos. I don't care. Just spread her name. It doesn't matter to me. Like, the subs don't matter. The likes don't matter. I don't care. I want her face out there, because if this was my child, if this was my niece, I would want the same thing. I would want somebody to help. And that's why my thing says, looking at the cases in the shadows. I could have covered Cleo. I could have covered Cleo. I could have covered Summer Wells. I could have covered these large cases that people are flocking to. But I'm not. I want specifically these cases that aren't getting coverage, and I want the satisfaction of being able to help make them big. I want to help make a difference. And so I need you guys' help to help make a difference in this family too. I need you to show up at the rallies. I need you to share and like and subscribe and all of the things. Because this little girl is missing, and her family is missing her. So that's all I really have tonight, guys. I'm going to go ahead and close down. I appreciate everybody who came out to watch tonight. And if there's no more questions, I'm going to go ahead and close in prayer like I typically do. So I just want to say thank you, Lord, for all of the different people who are coming into this case to hear about Ariel's story. Dear Lord, please help us to continue to grow this and to continue to get her face out there. She's out there somewhere lost, Lord, and we need her to be found. Let her light shine, Lord, and lead us to her and lead us to the individuals that are responsible for this. Please, Lord, be with HPD and help them to have the ability to search for her the way that they need to. Be with this family, Lord. They have her birthday coming up and she's still missing. Heal their hearts and heal their problems, Lord. Help them come together and strengthen numbers, Lord. Grow Ariel's army. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. Has anyone been contacted by the senator? As far as I know, I have not heard from a senator. Like, I don't know if any of the family has been contacted, but I am not personally been contacted. Yeah, thank you everyone for the support. Absolutely. You know, we couldn't do this without you guys. We really couldn't.